Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy Blackout Jones. We're just shooting the sports. So earlier today, I recorded a video, and I was going to talk about the Lady Vols' dominance against South Florida. I was going to talk about Tennessee and how they tied up the series 1-1 with Alabama after losing the first game of the series. And I'm also going to talk about the upsets that occurred in March Madness. Well, that shit went out the window real quick because for some reason, CapCut only gives you 15 minutes of video time. I had over 20 minutes. So, of course, it never uploaded. And then I tried all these other things to try to upload, and it just didn't fucking work. Well, with that being said, now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to still talk about the Lady Vols' dominance against South Florida, which they won 101 to 66. And I'm going to also talk about the series with Alabama, which ended today with the Vols winning the series 2-1. I have so much more to talk about, but I got less time to do it. So, this your boy Blackout Jones with Just Shooting the Sports. Let's get to it. So, as I was saying, the Lady Vols defeated South Florida Lady Bulls 101 to 66 in the NCAA first round. They opened with a win for the 43rd straight NCAA appearance in dominant fashion. They actually hit 16 three-pointers and actually smashing an SEC season record for trades during this matchup. They also came in needing only 3 buckets beyond the arc to actually surpass the previous mark of 314 threes by Arkansas in 2019 to 2020, and they did that with 4 alone in the first quarter. Your leading scorer was actually Talasia Cooper. She was one of 3 Lady Vols that actually hit 3 trades, and one of 8 UT players to connect from beyond the arc. And she led with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. Samara Spencer also hit a trio of 3-pointers, and she finished with 15 points and 5 assists. And then Z Spearman, she matched Spencer's total from long range, and she also scored 13 points. And Spear added 11. Came to this game, really didn't know what to expect. I mean, yeah, it was South Florida, and I felt like we were the better team. But, you know, sometimes when it's March Madness, you know, hey, when the light shines bright, some teams like to falter under those bright lights. Well, we didn't falter at all, as you can see. We scored 101 points. So we used to say in high school, we bust the clock. But anyway, yeah, it looks like they came in with an attitude that is needed when you make these runs into the tournament. Even though, you know, their SEC tournament was short-lived, they came in here with a purpose, and they took care of business like they were supposed to. I'm very, like I said before, man, I'm very impressed with Tennessee this year. I mean, they're 23-9 right now. They finished 9-9 in the conference. I didn't expect too much from them this year with the new coach, but her style of tempo and the way that they are aggressive as far as pressing every game, the way that they shoot the threes, you're either going to live by the 3 or you're going to die by the 3. But it all, you know what I'm saying, it all took care of its own self. There were games where them threes wasn't falling and they would lose. But when the threes are falling, man, they're hard to beat. Understand, they beat UConn, who is one of the top teams right now. They lost in close fashion against LSU and South Carolina, but then they lose teams to like Vanderbilt, and then they lost to Kentucky, and Kentucky ain't never whooped us. They don't beat us, but they ain't never whooped us like they did this year. But it is what it is. She got a nice top 5 class coming in, so I think they're definitely on the up and up. I always said that they had to get away from the tree, and what I mean by the tree, they had to get away from the Lady Volunteers tree, the coaching tree. You know, Pat Summitt was the coach, you know, for a very long time. She was the only coach, you know what I mean? And then after that, you know, we had Holly Warwick, she came in. I mean, she did all right. She made a couple Sweet 16s. I want to say she made an Elite 8. I can't remember. And then, of course, Kelly Jolly came in, Kelly Harper, whatever you want to call her. And it just kind of went downhill from there. And, you know, of course, last year in the SEC tournament, you know, you let somebody that ain't never hit a 3 in their life hit a 3 to win the game, play no defense, and that would pretty much got her out the door. Came in Kim Caldwell, and I can see the difference and what a difference, you know, season makes. So I'm definitely impressed with how they have done so far this season. On to the Tennessee baseball team. They won today earlier 9-2. They won yesterday 10-7, and they lost 65. So they ended up winning the series 2-1. Today they were just hitting. As far as what I saw, there were home runs left and right, small ball left and right. The pitchers were pitching. They definitely played a phenomenal game, and what a way to do it. The last game of this series. I'm not going to really go into stats too much. Don't really have the time because, I'm on cap cut, cap suck, whatever you want to call it. But I'm definitely going to try to use something else to kind of get that taken care of. Because that last video that I did, where I had technical difficulties, me personally, I thought it was one of my greatest videos ever. But, sometimes with greatness comes hate. Wherever that came from, it came. But it ain't going to stop nothing. And I'm not going to let it stop me from giving y'all, great content. But with that being said, hey, March Madness is in full swing. When I tell you it's in full swing, it's funny. Because I was going to sit here and talk about McNeese State and the upset that they did against Clemson, and then they go out there and they get whooped out. So I was like, you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't drop that. Because it definitely didn't age well, because I actually picked them to win today. Well, that didn't work out. Arkansas stunned St. John's. I had St. John's winning that game, and that didn't happen. So I was definitely surprised by that. Right now, Michigan is up 81-72 against Texas A&M with 3 minutes, 37 seconds left in the second half. Texas Tech is up 51-45 against Drake in the second with 12 minutes and 5 seconds. And Creighton has a 2-point lead, 25-23 over Auburn with 7 minutes and 33 seconds in the first. Hey, we could go to what the scores were earlier. I mean, we really want to talk about it because earlier, Arkansas won 75-66 against St. John's. And really, Purdue was taking McNeese to the woodshed, in this game. And the final score was 76-62. So Purdue was in the Sweet 16. Arkansas has made it to the Sweet 16. And John Calipari has taken 4 teams to the Sweet 16. So that's, that's great on his part. He's just a great coach, man. I mean, he don't really, he rarely wins championships. He'll get there. But sometimes he don't come away with it. He did come away with it with Kentucky one season. But besides that, later on tonight, we do have UCLA versus Tennessee. I have Tennessee winning that game. I think they're just far superior to UCLA. But as I said before, it's March Madness. Who knows what will happen? I know tomorrow we have UConn against Florida. Florida's going to wipe the floor at UConn. They're probably going to put up 90 again. Duke versus Baylor. Duke is going to win. Cooper Flag and them. Right now they're playing at an all-time high, and he's healthy. Yeah, they're probably going to put about 80, 90 on Baylor. Illinois against Kentucky, I'm going with Illinois. Hey, let me know what y'all think. What are y'all predictions? Who you think going to win? Who you think is going to lose? Who you feel is going to make it to the Sweet 16? St. Mary's against Alabama. Alabama's going to pull that out, even though St. Mary's ain't no slouch. But I think Alabama will pull that win out. Colorado State and Maryland. I have Maryland. I did pick them, but I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado State pulls out the upset in that one. We have Ole Miss and Iowa State. Cyclones all day. New Mexico against Michigan State. I'm going to go with New Mexico. You got to watch the Lobos sometimes in the tournament, man. They can get kind of feisty with you. And of course, Michigan State, we know the history. They will lose. As a number 2 seed, they have lost. They do take some unfortunate L's in the tournament, but we'll see, man. They look pretty good the other night against Bryant. Oregon against Arizona. I got Oregon. I got the Ducks. I think they're just a better team than Arizona. I've seen Arizona play a couple times. I don't look too good to me. Oregon looks way better. So I pick Oregon to win that game. And that's one other thing I want to talk about, too. We talk about these upsets, right? And when I look at teams like McNeese State against Clemson, when I look at the 12 seeds against the 5 seeds, that's not really an upset to me. I don't look at it as an upset. It's too close. Some of these teams like Drake got better records than the team that they're playing. Only difference is that team that they're playing is in a bigger conference compared to what Drake is in. So the committee feels like, hey, y'all don't really play nobody, even though, y'all 31-3. But, Missouri goes through the gauntlet, and they go through the gauntlet every year in the SEC. But what they don't understand is when you have a team like Drake, when you have a team like McNeese State, when you have a team like Grand Canyon, when you have all these teams that are lower seeds, understand they're not one-and-done teams. They are teams that are senior-led, maybe junior and senior-led. Whatever the case may be, they're not one-and-dones. See, with the one-and-done teams, there's not really too much cohesiveness. Why? Because nobody stays longer than 1 year. They come in 1 year and they're out of there. So when you have a team that's senior-led, junior-led against a team that are one-and-done, upsets, I don't look at it as an upset. I look at a team that may be a lower seed that's definitely a seasoned or veteran-led team compared to the youngsters. Because that's what it looks like. Grown men against boys. And sometimes the grown man get you. It just depends. Now, if you got a team that's, got a bunch of freshmen like the Fab Five back in the day and just cold like that, then that's just what it is. But 9 times out of 10, when those teams lose, I don't consider that an upset. Anything below 13 seed, I don't consider it an upset. 12s and 5s, 11 and 6s, 10s and 7s, and 9 and 8s, that's too close for comfort for me. So anything can happen. That's why most of the time, a 12 seed will get a 5 seed. 11 seed will get a 6 seed, and so forth and so on. But anyway, man, I just want to apologize to everybody because I was supposed to drop earlier. Like, literally, I did that video at around 11:30. I was done with it. And I was trying to upload it to CapCut, but for some reason, it just kept failing and failing and failing. And then I tried to upload it to my phone. I was like, well, maybe it's my other phone. Maybe I just need to go to this phone and see if that worked. That didn't work. So then I tried to upload it to my Outlook, and that didn't work. So very frustrated, very annoyed. But, that's what comes with it. When you want to put out content. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. That's just what it is. But you just got to persevere and just pull through and continue to do what you do. Why? Because you love what you're doing. So I definitely wasn't going to let that continue to get me down. And that's why I came back. And that's why I went ahead and did this video right here. Because, hey, I'm all about the people. But at the same time, I'm a fan just like y'all are. But, hey, from your boy Blackout Jones, please share, like, comment, hit that notification bell so you can get notifications anytime that I drop these episodes. But definitely comment. I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say and what y'all think. Definitely, what are your predictions, once again, for the games later on tonight, for the games tomorrow? And, who is your favorite, like I said, to make it to the Final Four and actually win the national championship? Well, anyway, man, I'll holler at y'all. Y'all stay up. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm probably going to drop something else. Not sure what that will be, but, I'll come up with something. But, hey, once again, this your boy Blackout Jones. We're just shooting the sports. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll holler at you.